Hello, friends from Five Reasons. We're back to it. Ethan Skolnick at American Airlines Arena, and we broke some news. Yes, we broke some news again at fivereasons.com. Ethan, good news. One more member of the Miami Heat is going to the All-Star game. Who is it?
It's Duncan Robinson, and we knew this was coming a couple of weeks ago. Had reported that basically the Heat, were likely going to end up with 6 candidates, provided that Bam and Jimmy both made the All-Star team, which we expected. Derek Jones Jr. was pretty much a lock, particularly when Zach LaVine decided he didn't want to do it. And then I was told Duncan Robinson would be added eventually, but it came down to maybe he would be sort of one of the last candidates because in case another big name wanted to step up. But I heard that wasn't going to happen. Duncan did get the call yesterday that he would be participating in the three-point shootout. And so the Heat will have now 6. They'll have Jimmy and Bam in the All-Star game. Bam, it looks like, is going to be in the skills competition. Nunn and Hero are going to be in the Rising Stars competition. DJJ in the slam dunk, and Duncan Robinson in the three-point contest. So it's pretty good stuff to have that many guys, at one time.
So good news for the Miami Heat. 6 players. Did you think at any point before the season the Heat were going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 players going to the All-Star game?
No, I can't even remember a team that's had this many. The one team that was brought up to me on Twitter, and I do remember this, so I'm going to look it up, was the 2005 Suns. I remember that team had a ton of players. Remember there was the Nash Stoudemire teams, Sean Marion, but they also had a lot of really skilled guys. So my guess is they probably had a couple three-point shooters in there. I don't remember if Joe Johnson was on that team, but they had a lot of really good players at that time. I mean, the Suns probably should have won a championship if Diaw and Stoudemire don't come off the bench. But it's a lot. I mean, for a team that was considered to have a really bleak outlook about 1 year ago, to have 6 different All-Stars is fairly significant. It actually worked out for the Heat the best in all ways because Eric Spoelstra really didn't want to coach the game, so he doesn't have to go. But 6 of his players are going, and then Myers Leonard's going there to support the guys. So they're going to have a big contingent up there in Chicago, as will we. We're basically, we're going to have 3. I'm going to be up there with Nekias Duncan and Alex Toledo. So we'll have 3 just like we had last year. It'll be the biggest contingent in South Florida. I think it's important. The Heat are kind of a national team again, or trending that way. I think we need to cover the guys that are going to be there.
Okay, real quick before you go, because the game is about to start in a couple minutes. Would you call this team the most skilled team the Miami Heat has had in its history?
What do you mean? The most skilled team?
Yeah. I mean, we have 6 players going to the All-Star game.
I mean, Alejandro, the big 3 was pretty skilled. You could have put those 3 guys in a lot of different contests and probably won them. I mean, if LeBron had ever participated in the slam dunk or the skills competition, probably would have won. Dwayne won the skills competition. Chris Bosh has won that. What did they used to do? I forgot that thing, that shooting stars thing. He's won that like 3 times. They, 2 of them have won All-Star MVPs. That was pretty skilled, and that doesn't even include Mario Chalmers. So, James Jones participated, but I do think this is the most the Heat have ever had. But look, it only matters if you do it on the court in the games that matter. Tonight's a big one, Alejandro. The Heat have the season series 2-1 against Philadelphia. This is the last meeting between the teams. No Josh Richardson tonight. But if Miami can win, they get the tiebreaker. And if you look at the way the standings are playing out, Milwaukee's going to be the one. If Toronto and Boston are in competition for 2 and 3, I think the Heat can catch them, but Toronto's gotten through some bad injuries and they're playing really, really well. Then you're looking at the Heat and Philadelphia potentially being the 4-5 matchup. You want home court. So this is a 2-game swing today. It's a 2-game swing in the standings, and then it's a potential tiebreaker situation, although the second tiebreaker after head-to-head, if the teams are 2-2, second tiebreaker is division record. And the Heat, even though they had the bad loss to Washington, had a bad loss to Orlando, they're pretty damn good in their division because their division sucks. Whereas Philadelphia is in a division with Toronto and Boston. A little bit of a different story there.
Okay, we have the same starting 5 as always or as usual. Yeah, Butler, Adebayo, Leonard, Robinson, and Nunn. Real quick, 30 seconds. What do you expect from tonight's game?
Well, this is one of those situations I always say about Philadelphia. We did a podcast on this today. Philadelphia's about Philadelphia. And how well do they play together? I think for Miami, the big thing tonight is the shooters need to shoot well. The guys who shoot better at home, Hero and Nunn and Robinson, need to shoot the ball well to take some pressure off because Philadelphia's very good defensively. They make it very difficult to get into the paint. So there's going to be open looks for these guys. Also, look, I want to see Myers Leonard take 5 threes a game. I've been saying this. They're a different team when he takes the 5 threes. Even if he only makes 1, if he makes 2, that's great. If he makes 3, that's terrific. But as long as he's taking the threes, it opens things up for everybody else.
I know. I would like Adebayo to do the same in the future.
Well, yeah. Let's get to 12-footers first.
Yeah. That's gonna take some time. Well, thank you, Ethan. Remember, guys, 5 on the floor right after the game. They're gonna be potting about this important game between the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. See you guys later.
Last home game till after the break.
That's true. Last home game before the break. So see you guys later, and thank you, Ethan.
Thanks, Alejandro.
All right, so that was Ethan Skolnick from American Airlines Arena. Thank you guys for being with us. Remember to visit 5reasonsports.com. We have all the good news, the news you need from the Miami Heat. I'm seeing some of your messages here. Justin Winslow still injured. Any trade news? No. Ben Scope says Justice Hill competition will participate in single practice. Let me see. This is the first time someone from the same team every week in every event during the All-Star weekend. Well, Ethan was mentioning the Phoenix Suns in 2006. Maybe we'll have to look it up to see that, but it's pretty good for the Miami Heat to have so many people going to the All-Star game representing us for that competition. So see you guys later. Thank you for following us here. Remember to subscribe to our channels down here, and we'll see you guys right after the game. Remember, 5 on the floor. Check your podcast and enjoy the Miami Heat game.